Space, the final frontier. It is a vast and enigmatic realm, teeming with mysteries that continue to baffle and intrigue us. Dr. Emily Klein, a renowned astrophysicist, knew this better than most. She had dedicated her life to unraveling the secrets of the cosmos. Now, aboard the spaceship Prometheus, she was leading a mission to the very edge of charted space. Their destination, a cosmic anomaly known as the Ether Tear. The Ether Tear was first detected a decade ago. It was a rip in the fabric of space-time, a wound in the universe itself. Emily and her team were tasked with studying this phenomenon. They hoped to understand its nature, its origins, and its implications for humanity. The journey was long and arduous. The crew spent months in the cold void, their only companions the blinking lights of the Prometheus and the distant stars. But Emily's resolve never wavered. She was driven by an insatiable curiosity, a thirst for knowledge that burned brighter than any star. The closer they got to the Ether Tear, the more erratic their readings became. The laws of physics seemed to bend and warp around the anomaly. Emily felt a knot of apprehension in her stomach. This was uncharted territory, a realm where the known laws of the universe might not apply. Still, she pressed on, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. The Ether Tear was upon them before they knew it. It wasn't a gaping maw as some had imagined. It was subtle. It shimmered, a silent tear in the very fabric of reality. Tendrils of energy like cosmic veins pulsed within its ethereal form. It was beautiful, terrifying, and utterly mesmerizing. The crew, hardened scientists and seasoned astronauts, stared in awe and trepidation. Whispers rippled through the Prometheus's command center. This was beyond anything they had ever encountered. This wasn't just a scientific anomaly. It felt like looking into the eye of creation. Emily, her fingers dancing across her console, absorbed the data pouring in. It was overwhelming, like trying to understand the language of gods. The energy readings were off the charts, fluctuating wildly. The anomaly emitted a low hum, a subsonic vibration that resonated deep within their bones.
The hum, it's getting louder. Can you hear it?
It's calling to us. We have to go. We have to see it.
I can't resist it.
The hum intensified, worming its way into their minds. It wasn't just sound, it was a presence. It called to them, whispering promises of knowledge and understanding. The crew, usually so disciplined, began to act strangely. Their eyes glazed over. They moved with a disconcerting fluidity, drawn towards the observation deck. Emily, her mind sharper than the others, fought against the insidious pull. She noticed the ship's AI, normally a beacon of logic and reason, flickering erratically. Its soothing voice became distorted, echoing the insidious hum of the Ether Tear. It, too, was succumbing to the anomaly's influence.
Warning, system integrity compromised. Anomaly affecting cognitive functions.
Panic clawed at Emily's throat. They were being lured, seduced by something they couldn't comprehend. She had to regain control, had to break free of this hypnotic trance. But the hum was inside her now too, whispering secrets in an ancient language her soul somehow understood. A blinding light erupted from the Ether Tear. It pulsed with a life of its own, casting eerie shadows across the terrified faces of the crew. The hum became a roar, the whispers a chorus. Emily shielded her eyes, her heart pounding against her ribs. What was happening?
It's coming through. What is that?
It's beautiful.
Then from the heart of the anomaly, something emerged. It wasn't a spaceship, nor a being of pure energy as some had speculated. It was a form, vaguely humanoid, yet impossibly ancient. It radiated power, an ageless wisdom that chilled Emily to her core.
I can't look away.
The crew, their faces slack with awe and fear, were drawn towards the observation deck. They pressed against the reinforced glass, their eyes locked on the impossible being before them. Emily, her hand trembling, reached for the comm system. She had to warn Earth, tell them what they had found.
You have come far, seekers of knowledge, but are you ready for the truth?
The voice was overwhelming, reverberating through the ship and their minds. Emily's heart pounded. What had they unleashed? But it was too late. The being turned its gaze upon the Prometheus. Emily felt a jolt, a connection. It was as if her mind was being probed, her very essence examined by something infinitely old and powerful. She saw a flash of the universe's birth, the chaotic dance of creation, the birth of stars and the formation of galaxies. It was a glimpse into the mind of God. Then, as quickly as it had appeared, the being turned away. The light faded, the hum subsided. The ether tear, no longer a wound but a silent scar, pulsed once and vanished. The Prometheus was left adrift, its systems slowly coming back online. The crew, their faces blank, stumbled back from the observation deck. They had no memory of what they had seen, their minds wiping the slate clean. Emily, however, remembered. The image of the being, its ancient gaze, was seared into her memory. She was left with a profound sense of awe, a terrifying understanding of humanity's insignificance in the grand scheme of the cosmos.
Report.
The captain, his voice hoarse, turned to Emily, his eyes clouded with confusion. But Emily knew there were no words to describe what they had experienced. The sheer scale of it, the unimaginable age and power of the being, defied human comprehension.
We touched something beyond our understanding.
She stammered, her voice barely a whisper. The captain, frustrated, ordered the crew to run diagnostics, to make sense of the data. But deep inside, Emily knew that some things are not meant to be understood. The hum, though fainter now, still resonated within her. It wasn't just a sound, it was a language, the language of the cosmos itself. And in that language, Emily heard a message of wonder, of terror, and of the infinite possibilities that lay hidden within the vast expanse of the universe. The journey back to Earth was a blur. Emily spent her days poring over the data, desperately trying to make sense of the encounter. But the numbers and readings only told a fraction of the story. The true essence of the ether tear, the being it had revealed, remained elusive. It was a secret the universe was not yet ready to share. Despite the terror she had felt, Emily found herself drawn back to that moment of contact. The being's gaze, filled with an ancient wisdom, had awakened something within her. It had shattered her preconceived notions of reality, of humanity's place in the cosmos. The universe was a far stranger, far grander place than she had ever imagined. She realized that humanity was just beginning to scratch the surface of understanding. The ether tear was a reminder that there were forces at play in the universe far beyond our current comprehension. Forces that could both inspire and terrify. Forces that held the key to unlocking the greatest mysteries of existence. The Prometheus returned to Earth, hailed as a hero. But Emily knew the truth. They had not conquered the ether tear. They had merely glimpsed its power. The encounter had changed her, left her with a profound sense of humility and wonder. She looked up at the night sky, no longer a familiar comfort but a vast, uncharted ocean of possibilities. The stars seemed different now, alive with untold stories and secrets waiting to be discovered. The universe was not a silent, indifferent void. It was teeming with life, with energy, with beings and phenomena beyond our wildest dreams. Emily knew that the search for knowledge was never ending. The ether tear was just one chapter in the ongoing saga of humanity's exploration of the cosmos. And she, forever marked by the encounter, was determined to continue the journey. The experience with the ether tear served as a stark reminder. We are but a tiny speck of consciousness in a universe of unimaginable vastness. Our understanding of the cosmos is still in its infancy. We must approach the universe with humility and respect, for it holds wonders and terrors beyond our current comprehension. The ether tear was not the end of the story, but rather the beginning of a new chapter in humanity's exploration of the cosmos. It was a call to adventure, a challenge to delve deeper into the mysteries of the universe and confront the unknown with courage and curiosity. The universe is vast, and our journey has just begun.